Moon-stricken, animal in need, bad seed, untamable.
Yo, what's up? It's your boy Ape again. Yep. I'm gonna get right into the video here. And just like and subscribe for me if you haven't already. And so I don't really have a huge following on YouTube. I think most people I actually know from like any game. But I know a lot of people in games, so there's always hundreds to thousands of people asking me questions like in game. So I just wrote a couple of things down, and I thought I would go over a few of the things, and I got a couple ideas for a couple of videos. So check out the new videos if you haven't already, and right into it. So this video right here, it's going to be about a couple people keep asking me, what do I think of the game? Like my opinions on it, good or bad, or what do I think needs to be changed, or do I have any good ideas that I think would just make it way better? And a little bit of everything, but that's what this video is going to be about. A couple ideas and opinions that would just make this game move. So right into it. As far as like replayability goes, I think that this is pretty limited. Like with legendary missions, there's only, you could sit there and farm legendary missions, but I feel like it's limited, and people haven't really, once they've beat it 100 times, I don't know. As well with the raid too, I think the raid is kind of a little different. It's more of a bigger group, but anyways, going on with it here. So here's the big thing, I think. Okay, so number one here, you got a tidal basin. Isn't this a stronghold? So I'm not 100% sure why they have the other 3 strongholds you can play legendary on, but not tidal basin. I would think that you'd be able to play tidal basin on legendary. So I guess that's going to be the first thing I'm going to say here is a legendary tidal basin, but I don't think that that's it. I think it needs to go further. So my main thing I'm wondering here is, why not just make all these missions legendary? Okay, because that is so much like replayability and so much more new content. If all these missions were legendary, it would take, people would have something to farm for basically the whole year. And I feel like, just cranking the difficulty up and adding some ad spawns, I know it's probably not that simple, but creating a boss at the end of each one of these, I would have thought that that's something that would have been implemented a long time ago. Now, I know people want new stuff and they want new content, but as well, I think you need to utilize the content that you already have a little bit better, like making these missions legendary. I think everyone would love to play these on legendary, and we only got the bighorn in the pool for the exotics. I think maybe too, if if it was all missions legendary, I think maybe adding even another item or 2 into the pool, not too many, just like a couple more maybe you can get 3 different types of cool exotics, or whatever the case may be. Something rare like the the bighorn, where people are grinding throughout these 20 missions or whatever it is that there are. The same for New York, the same for this camp White Oak. No one, I don't know, I usually don't play these. I hear people talking about they don't like these either. They did them when they first came out, but could you imagine if these had a legendary settings? If all the maps had legendary settings, people would be playing these things. As well, I feel like people are also like looking to see like what loot is spawning here. Like, this is green chest, this is, because people want them super high legendary rolls. Sometimes I sit here and wait. Like, I usually don't play missions, but if I see something good at a stronghold, sometimes I will play that stronghold the whole day. Sometimes there's Providence there, I need Providence, or whatever I might need might be there. Now, I remember one point, it was like 4 or 5 months, I didn't need anything in these things, I felt like. So I wasn't really playing the missions because the things I needed weren't going there. Now, if all these missions were legendaries, okay, people would be flooding these missions because, they could just say, and they would, they wouldn't be farming the same one over. It wouldn't be like, oh, it's always DUA. They would be basically being forced to move to, let's say people need backpacks. People would be grinding that federal emergency way more than they were before. And, the same to any of these missions where their favorite targeted loot was at. People would be, even the ones that people hate, like, I don't know which ones people hate, but, some missions are longer, they're less desirable. If their favorite targeted loot was in there that they needed, let's say it's Providence, that's a popular one, people would be attacking that mission at a very high rate. Everyone that day would be hitting it and, hitting different missions and playing different parts of the game instead of just one part of the game,
Backup request.
People only playing whatever they're playing now, and they would be playing everywhere, which is, yeah. I wasn't gonna mention this, but it is an idea, but I don't know if this is, I don't know. I'm just gonna say it though. A level 4 control point, I don't know if I really see any harm in allowing this control point to go to like level 5. Okay, I think level 4 control points are way too easy. Level 4 control points, I remember them being like the hardest content in the game at some point. Like, these things were beast mode. That was so fun. Hard content is so fun. There is no hard content in this game. This game, in my opinion, is way too easy. Why not just allow a control point to be built up, right? It's easy for the casual players who want to do a control point 1, 2, or 3, or maybe 4 is a little hard for some people. But what is the problem with letting this control point just go to like a level 5 control point? Okay, now it's not just about adding a level 5 control point. It's about, what is the problem with just letting it be built up to infinity, basically, until people can't even beat it anymore? What if there's some super hardcore players out there who can get this control point to level 8 or something like that, and they're like, oh yeah, level 8 control points, they're just building it up, and let's say they can't even beat level 8, because at that point, it's impossible to even beat a level 8 control point. People have to stay in there for like 3 hours trying to, because it's crazy at that point or something. Yeah, I just don't understand the point in just not letting certain things build up. I kind of feel like maybe that's how Skyscraper might be, like an infinite game mode where it's just going to be like, you can keep going and enemies are just going to keep getting more difficult, I guess. Now, I kind of think, why not just have like control points like that as well? Yeah, I don't know. Moving on from there. I am also going to throw out there. Now, I understand that there is some kind of like chest abuse. Like, you don't want people chest farming, like going around the map and like picking up chests. Okay? And I know you also want people playing different varieties of different parts of the map. You don't want them continuously farming the same one over and over. And I understand that, okay? But I must say that having, not necessarily all chests in the game, okay? But specifically like control point chests. Okay, as you know, these can only be opened once every, 24 hours, or they reset at a specific time. Now, I understand that. That kind of makes sense. But why so long? You only want someone being able to farm this once a day and get that loot once a day, that is too much time. Why not make it like you can dramatically cut that time? I'm not talking about 12 hours either. I'm not talking about 6 hours. People should be able to farm this control point here, for example, or this control point here, for example, more than 4 times in a day and get, the box. So yes, that's my other thing, is saying, why not make it so people can get the loot in the back of the control point room in more like, 4 6 hours, or even an hour. What's the problem with them, farming it for an hour or two and then coming back and, hitting it again with another friend, and maybe you can get it every couple hours or something like that. 24 hours, way too much. All right, those are a couple of opinions I had. And if you don't got me already, like and subscribe. I hope you liked the video. I hope you like my ideas. Like I said, someone's just asking, a couple ideas I had and what I thought, so I thought I would throw something out there for them. Yep. Thank you. Enjoy. Be safe.